Live coverage of the NBA here on 2K Sports. A happy Sunday evening to you and yours. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brett Berry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Klay Thompson.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. Morant is the point with Bain out on the wing. John Jackson is out there with Wells, and it's Eddy in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for San Francisco, Chamberlain is out there with Barnes. Then it's Ball, then it's George, and it's Ellis in at the 2-guard spot. Looking ahead, Brent, how excited are you for the playoffs?
Well, just fired up for the level of competition that steps up tenfold, Kevin. And you know this. We've seen so many great performances come playoff time. Teams are fired up, young guys who are going to get this experience for the first time. But it's the stars that shine in the playoffs, and we are that close.
Here's Barnes. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Harrison Barnes in great body control on that possession, just working against the defender.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And he's putting together a solid year at the free throw line, 79% overall.
That's good from Barnes.
Harrison Barnes continues to be a consummate professional. Goes out and competes every night. Gives you everything he's got.
Barnes hits them both. And here are the Grizzlies now. Pass to Eddy. Up again. Rebounded by Wilt Chamberlain.
That's the third straight miss
to start
this game, and they're still
that
looking
big body
for their first basket.
Remember, for those that are coming in late, Wilt Chamberlain is playing injured through this season thus far. He's nursing a hip. Also, tonight, he's facing one of the best offensive rebounders in the game and one of the biggest men in the game, in Zach Eddy, who is, get this, 7'4" and 305 pounds. Also, too, when we take a look at his rebounding ability, particularly on the offensive end, you just saw it right there. When he just went back, he got 2 offensive rebounds right there. He's one of the best offensive rebounders in the game. So Chamberlain's got his work cut out for him tonight. To say nothing also of Jaren Jackson Jr., you already know what he's all about.
Outside Ball. Fades away. And Chamberlain gets it to go on the assist by Ball.
Well, he's a great floor general out there. You can see that Ball is consistent at looking to distribute and find guys in the right spot.
Here's Bain. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
George passes to Chamberlain. Got it. Good job in the low post. Chamberlain got his second basket of the night.
But here's the problem. No one's
that
got
time got a good matchup. We went right through it.
And no one has the height that challenge the shot at its point of release.
And it's Barnes.
Oh, boy. 8-0 run tonight for Team Chamberlain.
Start the game. Putting together good possession.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
So it's the Grizzlies now. The Warriors making the shot to stop the run. Doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Chamberlain. Outside, George. Back to Ellis. San Francisco passing it around. Outside, Ball. And the defense didn't have position. They whistle a blocking foul, and he'll go to the line.
Second team foul. Memphis foul. John Morant.
San Francisco shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
At the line for your Warriors, Lonzo Ball.
That's good from Ball. Ball hits them both. Well, for Memphis, their last game a loss to the Nets in Brooklyn. And the Grizzlies call their first time out of the game.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
Only 3 games until the start of the playoffs. Let's see how the West will be won. You look at San Francisco. They are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time, sitting in first place right now and not looking like they are going to be slowing down at all. And, of course, Memphis, they're much further down in the standings right now.
Right now for San Francisco, they've been ruthless competitors all season long. I mean, they've assured themselves of plenty of home games in the postseason. Let's see if they can take advantage. Finally, after all those clanks, someone comes through for them.
Yeah, the point is to score, so getting that first one, that always helps.
Now, here is Chamberlain. Over Eddy. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Chamberlain got 6.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Pass to Bain. Now here's Jackson. And they double up Jackson. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. And there before you are the teams that have been absolutely red hot for the last 10 games.
You have to be impressed with their shot selection. I mean, the discipline on that end and the unselfishness really is what allows those great numbers to show up.
Stolen by Ball. And here we go. San Francisco fast break. And good that time.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
Yeah, you wondered if they would take some time to find their A game. They did it at jump ball. They've been awesome tonight.
Here's Morant. Paul George making his last shot. And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bain seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the drive and kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws of this game. No good on the free throw.
And what you love about Bain is just how hard he works. His drive to keep getting better on display.
Warriors leading by 10. Now here's Ball. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Chamberlain down low. Got a hand on it. On the wing, Bain. Back to Morant. And out of bounds as San Francisco gains possession.
Chance to check out.
Don't need all that
for Wells. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's been putting up about 4 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And it's been a bit of a struggle for him. I mean, he can get down on himself at times. He's just got to keep working, and I think things will turn around.
This is where your character can be tested. His will to fight through this kind of adversity. And I think he's got a good chance.
Now, here's George, following the miss by Wilt Chamberlain. Kicks it out to Ellis. From deep. Here's Chamberlain. Barnes dishes to Chamberlain. Pass the ball. In the corner, George with it. That falls. Nice feed that time for Ball. Ball's got 3 assists.
Let the players get in the position so their skills will manifest. And then you hit them right when they're in stride. That's what the game of basketball is all about, man. It shouldn't be about how well you hit a button. It's about putting players where their skills work best so they can have the advantage.
And let's check out some stats. Here are the numbers.
Not about looking for a green.
He's as opportunistic as anybody.
All this rhetoric that gets put out
now.
now.
Top 15
makes no sense.
In steals per game.
And his ability to patrol the lane is a difference maker for that team. Exceptional timing and anticipation. That's why he's a top 10 shot blocker. And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's a 13-point game coming off that loss against the Nets.
And guys, you just can't afford to give away points from the foul line. Not in the NBA. Teams are just too talented.
Yeah, it's not always just about free throw shooting, but it can be a large factor and disrupt your confidence.
Now Ellis, after the missed three from Desmond Bane. Ellis kicks to George. Back to Ellis. Now, here is Chamberlain. D right on him. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Defense as tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
The three. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And he's proven he can make this shot. Jackson, the D has to respect his range better than that.
Morant against Ball. Here's Ellis. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Here's Bane. San Francisco making their last shot. Takes the three. Rebounded by Wilt Chamberlain. Chamberlain got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Barnes. Pass to Chamberlain. And it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
Excellent all-around performance so far. Hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
And so here's Memphis. The Warriors making the shot. Here's Morant. Chamberlain with the block.
And the quickness off the floor, the insane reach. Wilt, one of the greatest shot blockers you'll ever see.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it. But look, David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus. Here's George. The Grizzlies making the shot. Puts one up from 19. Here's Chamberlain. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Bane against Ellis. Morant outside. Outside, Bane. They get it again. And it's good, 2 points.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Warriors leading by 10. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
And talking with the coaching staff, they said in that game, they did a great job of not settling. Keep working the ball around, finding the best look, and see if they can keep that up.
Some changes for Memphis. Santi Aldama comes in for Jackson, and Smart subbed in for Wells. Now, here is Chamberlain. Defense is right there. Pass to Hield from deep three-point land. It's rebounded by Memphis. Last time they met was in Memphis.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
Well, let's see if the lesson was learned from that loss. If they come out with the same type of effort, they can expect a similar result here.
And here's Morant, following the three-pointer by Buddy Hield. Back to Morant. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Yeah, here's a list of things I don't want to do, and right at the top is guard that guy.
Alvarado with it. Here's Hield. Back to Alvarado. Pass to Hield. Here's Chamberlain. Over Eddy. And it's Chamberlain that time on the assist by Hield. Chamberlain got 10.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Jackson, he's checked in for Eddy. No good on the second free throw.
And it's hard to pick a more electrifying player in the league than Ja Morant. He explodes off the floor.
Alvarado passes to Hield. San Francisco passing it around. 6 on the shot clock. Thompson finds Hield. Here's Chamberlain. Takes the 12-footer and hits. 12 points for him.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Morant, the bounce pass. Nice shot by Smart.
And just playing aggressive basketball. Smart taking what's his out there.
Here's Alvarado. Hasn't made one yet. Here's Hield. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Pass to Mobo. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Warriors.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession. So you get a steal and you can get out in transition. They seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
Here's Alvarado. Following the basket by Ja Morant. Chamberlain against Jackson. Chamberlain kicks to Thompson. Drops in the tray.
You know, it's going to be tough to win when you give the other team second and third opportunities to score the ball.
Outside, Bain. To the inside. Here's Jackson. He can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Chamberlain. On the wing, Thompson. Guarded by Bain. Thompson outside. Pass to Chamberlain. Fader on the way. It's rebounded by Memphis. Left side, Bain. Aldama finds Morant. Fires the three. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And it's San Francisco with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. Their defense has been active and effective. We come back right after this. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yeah, rebounding can also be just about will, and they showed some of that in going in there and collecting some boards.
So on the floor to begin things for Memphis here in the second quarter, we've got Vince Williams. Santi Aldama is out there with Jaren Jackson. Then there's Smart, and it's Paul in at the point. Here's Kolek. The shot. Aldama with the rebound.
He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
Paul passes to Jackson. To the paint. He's looking for Williams and finds him. Mobo with the rebound. Warriors leading by 12. every play. Just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Here's Kolek. Still scoreless. Thompson. Aldama with the rebound. Aldama's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Paul with the bucket.
And if he gets a good look, Paul's going to make you pay from distance.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Pass to Kolek. Back to Thompson. 3-pointer. Offensive rebound. And Adams with the slam.
Well, the motor right now for Steven Adams is humming on the glass, getting after it.
The Grizzlies trail by 11. Now Paul. He's got 5. In the corner, Smart with it. Offline with his 3.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Pass to Mobo. Here's Kolek. Shot clock at 6. With the teardrop, that one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Here's Paul. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
On the wing, Thompson. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Now here's Paul. He has 7. Aldama. No good from outside. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Guarded by Smart. Pass to Kolek. And Brent, you hear some players now having their shooting motion analyzed with optical recognition. More data for the shot doctors.
Well, Kevin, information is one thing, but disseminating that information and being able to communicate that to a player is really where the rubber meets the road. How are you going to help him grow with that kind of analysis?
And here are the Grizzlies now. The Warriors making the shot. To the middle. Here's Mobo. And he dunks it down.
Yeah, it's a good look from Clay right there. Just the court awareness. And that guy was wide open.
Pass to Jackson. With the floater. It's hauled in by Adams. San Francisco leading by 15. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. And here is Adams. It's stolen by Aldama. To the right side. Paul for 3. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Paul's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And Paul knows he's good for it. Just takes that jumper and lets it rip.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Thompson inside the line. The Grizzlies pull it in. Aldama's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, he's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
And slicing his way for that one. The moment Smart saw the opening, he attacked.
Thompson right side. Over Williams. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Thompson's got 5 points so far.
Well, he's 1 for 5 in the quarter, and his body language is saying a lot about where his confidence is. Rattled just a little bit. Maybe the next open look will start him up.
Now here's Smart. 5 points in the game. Williams kicks to Smart. Over to the wing. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Here's Kolek. Thompson outside. Here's Caldwell Pope. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Caldwell Pope's got his second bucket of the game to go. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Grizzlies. They trail by 14. Jackson setting the pick here for Paul. Off target with his three. For San Francisco, they've gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Count that one. 12 points for him.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Buff's jacked in. Wells comes in for Vince Williams. Baines checked in for Smart. And it's Morant in for Paul. Now, here's Ball. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Philadelphia.
And you could tell the defense was really nervous dribbling or passing the ball anywhere near him in that one. He took advantage of their indecisiveness continually throughout the night, racking up 3 steals.
For San Francisco, they've been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
You know, in the days of load management, we typically stay away from the talk of durability, but Caldwell Pope rarely misses games, stays in great shape. I feel like he's good to go.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for the Warriors. Taj Gibson's checked in for the Grizzlies. Aldama with the ball. Covered by Barnes. Here's Morant. And the layup is good. Morant's got 10 points.
And I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. Down low, it's deflected. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games.
I mean, no doubt for me that they've hit their stride the last few weeks. I mean, they are punishing the defenses with that up-tempo style.
And Memphis making a change here. Buff's jacked in. Caldwell Pope finds Barnes. San Francisco again missing. The Grizzlies trail by 12. Inside. Out to Morant. Three-pointer. Connects from three-point range. Morant's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Ball surveying the defense. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
All right, a chance to check out some stats for Ball. His last 10 games, and he's as opportunistic as anybody defensively, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in steals per game.
And his floor awareness is undeniable. As you pointed out, top 10 in assists, and he's great at drawing the defense and making the perfect pass in stride. G.G. Jackson, he's checked in for Santi Aldama. Wells kicks to Jackson. Bain passes to Jackson. And the call will be against Lonzo Ball. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
Memphis moving it around. Jackson finds Bain. Clock at 6. Back to Jackson. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Huff, no good. Warriors leading by 9. And here is Ball. Caldwell Pope left side. Now here is Chamberlain. Here's George. And then George with the jam.
Well, not only looking at Paul George get up, look at the guys on the bench loving it from PG.
Got to showcase this one. This is a beautiful. This is a high pinch post play. This is some stuff that Chamberlain was running. Probably, this is Wilt Chamberlain, probably the 1970s when he was playing with Jerry West. You would get plays like, now this is how it would look in the modern era though, because now obviously the spacing is a lot more because you have the 3-point line. Look at Paul George. Just, you know, he lulls his man to sleep. Chamberlain at the high post area, threatening to score and drive in, but he's just what Chamberlain's doing is all make believe. We're just trying to set up something off the ball, away from the ball. Getting them, look at them, they're all looking at Chamberlain. Look at them, they're all looking at Chamberlain. That's what you want. Meanwhile, Paul George, wide open lane, man. That looks like one of those old Dallas Cowboy holes for Emmitt Smith back in the day. They just drive it right in there. Bam, slam a jam. Perfect.
And here are the Grizzlies now. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, the Grizzlies retired Marc Gasol's number 33 last season. You may recall he moved to Memphis in his teens, watching his older brother Powell play for the Grizz. Marc said, "I had a very unique perspective, that of a fan. I came back as a Grizzlies player. I carried that with me." Kevin, that pride certainly showed.
Pride's a great word to use. No question, D.A. Thank you. Bane passes to Morant. And then Morant slams it in.
And leave it up to Morant to put on a show. What a spectacular dunk.
Pass to Chamberlain. Six to shoot. George up top. Yes, and a nice assist from Chamberlain. Chamberlain got 4 assists now tonight.
Yeah, Paul George anticipating contact, preparing for it. Just how smooth the finish was that, Kevin.
And it's Morant missing.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Stolen by Jackson. Ball against Morant. And it's San Francisco with the rebound. Chamberlain got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there. And really a tough break for the D.
Eddy's checked in for the Grizzlies. Jaren Jackson comes in for Gigi Jackson. Now, here's ball. Pass to Chamberlain. Outside, George shoots over Wells. Offensive rebound, Chamberlain, and it's blocked. Morant against Ball. Now here's Wells. Tight defense on him. That shot wide open. Bane's got it back down to single digits for the Grizzlies.
And he just lights it up from downtown. Bane so dangerous from out there.
Morant against Ball, and it's Chamberlain finishing it off.
There are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Morant looking around. Pass to Jackson. Over Barnes. Chamberlain with the rebound. Chamberlain got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Wells with it. 8 points his last outing. Bane finds Jackson. Outside, Bane. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Now, here's Ball. Here's George. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And you know, George is a tough cover. The length, the range, smooth athlete, very difficult to match up with.
Now here's Morant. 26 points for him last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And one of the big ways he came through was at the foul line. They couldn't contain him. He was equally effective at scoring baskets as well as getting to the line.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Pass to Chamberlain. Caldwell Pope outside. The basket good off the assist from Chamberlain. Caldwell Pope's got 9 points now in the quarter. And it's San Francisco. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
58 points. I'm willing to say
Thanks,
that.
Kevin. Well, Harrison,
40 of it has
shots
been
definitely falling in the first half. How did you guys get it going?
Just us playing off each other, trying to get to the basket, trying to work it around. When there's balanced scoring like we have tonight, everyone tries to feed off each other.
Strength in numbers, right? Thanks, Harrison. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Hey, everybody. Psst. I got a secret. We're approaching the playoffs, and we are starting the show with a breakdown of the Western Conference standings.
Take a look at San Francisco. With the playoffs right around the corner, they're in tremendous shape. They're right on top in the first half.
You mean they're ruling the rules? They're taking
Spurs Nuggets
teams every night, and they're still landing on top.
What's ruling the rules? Never heard that before.
And going back now to that first half, you could say things are going extremely well for the Warriors.
Hey, these guys are a bunch of artists, man. You know why? They live for the paint.
Oh, that joke was weak, but their play style is Diesel approved.
I wouldn't say the joke was weak, it just needed a capper. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
19 team assists to 11. They're shooting 46%. We're shooting 55. We're getting better shots.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You have to like what you're seeing from Ja Morant.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
We've got Lonzo Ball. Paul George is out there with Barnes. Then there's Chamberlain, and it's Ellis and at the 2. And for the Grizzlies, Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Eddy out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Wells in its small forward. Here's Ball. Following the basket by Ja Morant. Barnes outside. Wells grabs the miss.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
Just superior focus from Morant. His determination is what allows him to convert through contact.
Can't deny his ability to go one-on-one.
That's good from Morant. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for San Francisco. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Pass to Chamberlain. Outside for George. Shot clock at 2. No good on the triple. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Now Wells. Up top, Bane. He's guarded by Ellis. Bane against Ellis. Jackson passes to Bane. Jacks up a 3. The Warriors pull it in. Pass to Barnes. Morant against Ball. Ellis outside. Now, here is Chamberlain. San Francisco passing it around. And it's George finishing it off.
And George has been assertive in this one, shouldering the load offensively.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Outside, Bane. Jackson kicks to Wells. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Wells has got 5.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
Barnes outside. Pass to Ellis. To the middle. And George with this stuff.
Always a formidable scorer. George just doing what he does.
Outside Jackson. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. And finished off by Morant.
And that's big-time stuff there. Morant looking unafraid to go get those lobs and finish them.
Pass to Chamberlain. Ellis surveying the D. Chamberlain down low. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. 16 points for him.
And one of the most prolific scorers you'll find. Wilt keeps finding ways to raise the bar, as evidenced by his output here tonight.
And stolen by Chamberlain.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Barnes kicks to Ellis. To the paint. Here's Chamberlain, and Chamberlain with the stuff.
And that's just too easy. The size, strength, length. No way to stop Chamberlain once he gets the ball in that close.
Now here's Bane. He's got 7. Morant. That one goes. Count it. Morant's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Now here's George following the miss by Wilt Chamberlain. Shot clock at 6. Deep 2 from Ball. It's rebounded by Memphis. Jackson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Morant against Ball. Jackson a screen on Ellis. Bane, no good.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Lonzo with a nice job of staying shifty and then seizing the opportunity when it opened.
Now here's Jackson, and we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
And that one's good, Ellis.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on him.
Morant, the bounce pass. Pass to Eddy. Jackson in the corner. Outside, Bane. Jackson setting the pick here for Bane. Again, the miss by Bane.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Here's Chamberlain. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 6 assists in the game.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Now here's Morant. 24 points for him. Chamberlain with the block. They get it back, and it's Morant missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Back to Barnes. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Now here's Morant. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. And they double up Morant. Can they get it? Morant with another miss.
Well, he got off to a terrific start from the perimeter, but in the second half, he can't seem to build on that early success.
The Grizzlies trail by 14. Here's Bane. He has 7. Pass to Wells. To the inside. Here's Eddy. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for San Francisco.
And look at how aggressive they were defensively, forcing mistakes and turning those mistakes into points.
And I feel like another part of tonight's game has been the hustle points, getting up and down, getting second chances, getting transition opportunities. They've been fantastic in that area.
Smart's checked in for Memphis. He hits the second from the line. We've heard players and coaches complain, Brent, that the rules are too skewed in favor of the offense. You think that's true?
Well, Kevin, offense sells, and the fact that we've talked about how the league has increased pace, you don't really even have time to play defense in today's game. The one thing that I do like is that the league has allowed for some variance and some zone defense to start to be employed. So tactically, coaches are trying to throw different strategies out there, but man to man, it's hard.
Outside, Bain. Pass to Eddy. Good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got his third assist on the night.
Well, Morant's acrobatics often get the attention, but his passing is also elite.
Now, here's Thompson. He has 5, and the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And while we have a chance, here are the teams that have swatted away the most shots this season.
And anybody who's a fan of defense has got to love this team. I mean, no one loves to see their name on top of that leaderboard as much as this coaching staff.
Grant, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Wilt Chamberlain picks one up.
The explosiveness on the drive. Morant just attacks the D with aggression.
He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here. Both free throws good from Morant.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Pass to Hield. Back to Alvarado. San Francisco passing it around. Chamberlain down low. He's got 21. Good on the bucket.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Outside, Smart. Back to Morant. Down low. Eddy can't hit.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Well, Hield right there on the yield, waiting for someone to get open.
And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's a 13-point game. Throws it up high.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
San Francisco has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Pass to Chamberlain.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
6 on the shot clock. Thompson outside. Puts up a deep 3. Kept alive. Here's Alvarado. Back to Chamberlain. The fadeaway. And Desmond Bain pulls it down. Looking to get back on track here. And Thompson sends it back.
Clay showing some signs that time of that prime-time defense he can bring.
And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out. Give him some space. Let him get to work.
For San Francisco, they've knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Santi Aldama's checked in for Eddy. Gigi Jackson comes in for Bain. And it's Paul in for Morant. Smart passes to Paul. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Aldama passes to Jackson. There's the triple. Chamberlain with the rebound. Chamberlain. Here's Alvarado. Defended by Paul. 46 seconds left in the third quarter. The offensive rebound. They kick out to Heel. Alvarado with it. Nothing on the board. Here's Chamberlain, and the jumper from down low is good. And the Warriors lead by 15.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Thompson dishes to Chamberlain. Pass to Alvarado. And here's Chamberlain. Guarded by Jackson. With 2 seconds left. No good on the layup. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Warriors lead by 15. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Jose Alvarado is out there with Heel. And there's Klay Thompson. And then there's Steven Adams. And it's Mobo in at the 4th spot. 4 on the clock. Here's Paul. That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket.
And Chris Paul still slippery on the inside when he gets close to the hoop. He'll find a way to score.
Now Alvarado. Rebounded by Smart.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
Paul passes to Bain. Fires for 3. And it's San Francisco with the rebound. Bobo's got 5 rebounds tonight. Alvarado passes to Thompson. Back to Alvarado. Pass to Thompson. Fires from deep. Hits the 3-point bomb. And the Warriors lead by 16.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. To the paint, here's Aldama. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
And some vintage CP3 there. Playing smart is a big part of it, folks.
Here's Alvarado. Adams with the screen on Paul. To the inside. The shake. And there's the nice layup by Adams.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Paul surveying the floor. Pass to Wells. From the arc. Knocks down the 3 ball.
You leave it to CP3. Statistically, one of the top 10 assist men, not just in the league now, in the history of the game.
Alvarado bounce pass. Thompson misses.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Paul outside. There's a screen by Aldama. Paul finds Aldama. And he elevates for the slam dunk. Steven Adams did not like that at all.
Quickness of Chris Paul dicing up the defense with his superb passing off the screen.
Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now here's Thompson. back. Inside, Klay Thompson.
You just sometimes forget about Klay Thompson being 6'7" as the 2 guard, and he can use that to his advantage.
Ball outside. Over Alvarado. That one's in there. The Warrior lead is kept back down to 11. Big bucket there from Chris Paul.
Wow, he doesn't make plays like that very often. That's a nice move inside.
Here's Alvarado. Pass to Adams. Healed outside. The three-pointer, no good.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
And he makes the first.
One of the things through the years that you respect about Chris Paul is that competitive fire, that competitive edge he brings to every game. He really does care only about winning.
So San Francisco ends up going with the whole new group. And Memphis also making a switch. Eddy's checked in for Smart. Now here's Ball. It's Ellis on the wing. Pass to Chamberlain. Back to Ellis. Lets it go from deep. The basket good off the assist from Chamberlain. Chamberlain got his 8th assist here tonight.
And of all the attributes, one thing that sometimes gets overlooked with Chamberlain is the court vision. Makes a great read there.
The Grizzlies call timeout. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Jackson, he's checked in for Santi Aldama. And it's Morant in for Bain. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, D.A.?
Hi, guys. Well, during the break, I was able to catch what the Grizzlies coach was talking about with his team. Now, coach challenged him. He said, this goes beyond this game. Show me how much heart you have for the season. Fight till the final buzzer. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David. Barnes. Eddy with the rebound. Eddy's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Ellis against Morant. Pass to Eddy. At basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
Not sure which clips they watched at halftime, but he has figured out how to attack the D, and they kept him in check in the first half. He's flipped it.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Here's Morant. San Francisco making their last shot. Out left to the wing. Wells wide open. And it's off from three-point range. Here's George. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Here's Eddy. Pass to Paul. And here's Jackson. Fires the 3. Ball with the rebound. Outside, George. Now Barnes. Over Eddy. Chamberlain kicks to Barnes. Launches a 3. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Third personal foul. First team foul. At the line for San Francisco.
First free throw is good.
Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line.
And Memphis making a change here. Baines checked in. The Grizzlies trail by 16. And here's Morant. Shoots over Ball. And here's the fast break. Ball leading the way. Chamberlain with the basket.
You see right there, that is why everybody is still very high on Lonzo Ball. Has a sixth sense for when to dish it.
Pass to Eddy. They need this. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Chamberlain. Now here's Barnes. And the rejection by Jackson. Here's Morant. He's covered by Ball. And it's Morant missing. Warriors leading by 18. Ellis the pass to Barnes. San Francisco passing it around. And Bane pulls it down.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. Got to be a little embarrassed by that one.
Ahead. And it's Chamberlain that time on the assist by George. George has got his 3rd assist on the night. Pass to Wells. Every team eventually goes through a coaching change, Brent, and how jarring is that when it happens, for instance, in midseason?
Well, Kevin, it can be pretty devastating for some teams, but for other teams, that change could be refreshing. And a lot of times, if the coach has had a longer tenure with the team, you can feel like a fish out of water with a new voice coming in.
Barnes can't get it to go.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
Now here's Morant. Here's Jackson. The Grizzlies with another miss.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Here's Barnes, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
And that block might serve as a spark for this team. We'll see if it can ignite them.
And so it's San Francisco with it. Bucket is good. Ellis has got 5 points now in the quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
The Grizzlies call timeout. And now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
And with the playoffs on the horizon, he'll be looking to stay in peak form as long as he can. Now Barnes. Following the miss by John Morant from deep. And the rejection by Jackson. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Here's Ellis. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Ellis has got 10 points here in the second half. Here's Bane. We've seen the NBA feature several overseas games, Greg, the last couple years. Always growing the sport, aren't they?
And I know the fans love it. Nothing quite like seeing an NBA game in person and expanding that opportunity. Always a plus.
2 on the clock. Offensive rebound. Eddy, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Such a big part of what he does for this team. Just work and work on the boards, generate second chance opportunities, and hopefully convert.
Now here's Ball. Chamberlain kicks to Ellis. Nailed from three-point land. Ellis has got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for San Francisco.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for San Francisco.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it's pretty incredible when you look at the body of work this year, guys. I mean, when they hit 70 wins, we were astounded. And then now, the wins continuing to pile up in what's been truly a remarkable and special season.
Wow, they finished the season series undefeated. 4 games, 4 wins. Really asserting their dominance.
Chris Paul, 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Brent, of all the things I can ask you, I've thought about this one. What would you say is the most important thing a team has to do to be an NBA champion?
Kevin, it's pretty simple. Accept your role. And when that happens, stars will be stars, and role players will be there to support the stars in any way they possibly can. But to accept your role and to sacrifice for the good of the team, it's going to give you a chance to hold that trophy.
And that one's good by Chamberlain.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Here's Eddy. Rips it home after the terrific move.
That's a defensive breakdown. You can't let him get that deep.
Yeah, how do you let him get a lounge chair down there and be comfortable in the paint like that?
Now, here's Chamberlain. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And the first one drops. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Payne against Ellis. To the middle. Here's Eddy. And it's San Francisco with the rebound. Looking to end his cold spell. No good. And so it's San Francisco winning this one. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Paul, a great team effort defensively. So what were your points of emphasis?
You know, we do a great job of helping one another and being in gaps. And, you know, if we're going to get beat, it's going to have to be, you know, beaten by contested shots and the ball being swung. You know, so that's what we have to do. We have to sit down, guard guys, and, you know, make them play on the offensive end as a team.
Well, y'all were real disruptive tonight, man, and led to the win. Congratulations. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you for that, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And now we present our player of the game.
Wilt Chamberlain, yet again, playing hurt, coming up big. Leading his team. Setting hard screens, crashing the glass, hitting the open man. But also to the teammates, man, you got to give them credit. They come up big. Look at that, 34 points off the bench tonight. Fast break points, 23. They got out and ran. 8 steals. 6 blocks, mostly by Chamberlain. And look at that field goal percentage. Guys cutting, passing, moving without the ball, getting those easy shots. Not settling for the one-on-one stuff like Memphis did. Memphis took 33s to make 10. We took 20 to make 8. And all of our threes are mostly wide open. Sheesh, man. That's a bitter pill to swallow, man. I know they were like, how are they getting such easy shots? It's because we're moving the ball. We're emphasizing 5-on-5 basketball, not one-on-one. That's the modern era, though, folks. That's the modern era for you. Let's take a look here at both sides. Ja Morant, 26 shots to get 26 points. Not good. 4 turnovers, 4 assists. Yikes. Horrible game. Horrible game by Morant. Horrible game. Not efficient at all. Let's take a look at his plus minus. His plus minus, he's negative 28, guys. Yikes. Zach Eddy, negative 29. Just bad basketball across the board. Only person that was in the positive was Chris Paul. Go figure. He's the only guy. The only guy that was in the positive was Chris Paul. Go figure. The old head, the old timer. All these young guys are out here doing all this crazy stuff. The only guy that played good was Chris Paul, the old head. Sheesh, man. 38 points for Chamberlain, 27 rebounds, 9 assists. That's huge, man. 4 blocks, 2 turnovers, though. 3 steals. Mostly because those outlets. Like, they were throwing a lot of lob passes that they shouldn't have been throwing. That's why Chamberlain had 3 steals. Like, Ja Morant was just treating the ball like he was... I think he thought he was playing football. He was throwing all these lob passes like he was looking like Dan Marino or something, man. He's just, he's trying to throw in double coverage like he's a quarterback or something, man. Chamberlain just sitting back there picking it off. Man. Paul George with 18, Ellis with 15, 6 for 8. Klay Thompson, 4 for 10. Caldwell Pope off the bench goes 3 for 3. Mogbo got out and ran, 3 for 3. Harrison Barnes struggled tonight. He went 1 for 12. We kept going to him because he's one of our major shooters, but he just didn't have it going tonight. He got his open shots, he just didn't make them. He had plenty of open shots, just couldn't make them. Sometimes it's like that, man. How about Lonzo Ball with 8 assists? They only took 3 shots. Good game by Lonzo tonight. Look at that. 8 assists, no turnovers. That's what I'm talking about, baby. And he got 6 rebounds. And he played good defense on Ja Morant. Remember, Morant took 26 shots to get 26 points. I'd say that's a good night at the office defensively. So let's go ahead and take a look here at some of the highlights. We will start with Paul George. Paul George in the corner will come moving out the ball off the screen, catch and shoot, buckets. Nice little one-on-one finish there on the drive. Catch. Rebound. That's that cutter play we were running in off that high pinch post entry pass from Chamberlain. Back door right there, Chamberlain blocking the Paul George got it. Backdoor cutter play. Notice that most of all Paul George's plays, like Paul George is known as a one-on-one player, but as you can see, he rarely ever every time we go to him, it's usually off a down screen, a backdoor, or a weak side cut. It's never like we only go to him one-on-one when we just get completely all of our offensive options are exhausted. That's when we go one-on-one with Paul George. And as you're seeing that the offense rarely ever gets, look at that play. Man, that's a beautiful cut. That's beautiful basketball. Chamberlain deep in the post. Screen set. Ellis moves without it. Wide open 3. Look at that. Weak side cut. Catches. Another weak side inbound cut. No, that's another one. Look at how many easy shots they're getting. Just because they're moving without the ball, man. Setting good screens. And now we're going to take a look here at the man. Playing hurt. I tell you, Zach Eddy played pretty good against him, though. I mean, even though he was injured. I mean, because last time these two played, Chamberlain dominated, but Chamberlain now is even still, even though he doesn't have his normal burst, you can see it right there. He couldn't really extend on that fadeaway. He barely got off the ground on that fadeaway. Man, he got over there and hustled for that block, man. Well, another good all-around team performance from team. I gotta say, man, out of all the teams that I've built, I keep saying this, Team Larry Bird, Team Showtime with Magic Johnson, Team Jordan, both Team Jordan teams that I have, and of course Kobe's team is going still. I gotta say, man, that in my opinion, Wilt is the best. I mean, if you're going by the numbers, they are the best. I mean, they got the best record, 73-6. So objectively, they're the best. They're the best. They got the best record of all the teams that I've done this with in the modern era. And yeah, they just shut people down, man. Like you're seeing people barely even getting 100 points on this team. Defense, like the offense isn't really all that great per se. I would think that Showtime's offense is vastly superior to this, but defensively, this is like, man, I would hate to have to play against this team defensively because it's like, again, for those that may be new to the stream, and let's go ahead and take a look at the roster here. Remember, this team is built around Wilt Chamberlain and what you would feel you would need to take him. If you had Wilt Chamberlain at the peak of his powers in his prime from 1962, what would you take to build around him with in today's game? Not from when he played, but from what today. And in my opinion, the best way to get the most out of Chamberlain would be to surround him with 3-and-D players, guys who can guard one-on-one, but also shoot the three-point shot and move without the ball. And what you're seeing here, like everybody here can get their own. Everybody here is a 3-and-D guy. Paul George, 3-and-D. Harrison Barnes, 3-and-D. Alvarado, 3-and-D. Ellis, 3-and-D. Klay Thompson, OG 3-and-D. I mean, Klay Thompson practically invented the word. I mean, back when it first became popular. I mean, it's always been around, but people gave the name of it. I mean, 3-and-D's always been around since the beginning of three-point line. But Caldwell Pope, 3-and-D. LaVeria, not so much, but he can stretch the floor. Lonzo Ball can be a 3-and-D guy. He's not a good three-point shooter, but he's kind of streaky. But he certainly has it defensively. And then, of course, Steven Adams is there to help out in case you need that back support for Chamberlain to come out. And then you have Buddy Hield, who's a decent defensive player. And he's been struggling lately with his three-point shot, but I think when playoff time, he'll step it up. Then you got Kolek. And then Mogbo is your I threw him in there just because, for the simple fact, he's a power forward who can run the floor. Look at that athletic ability. He's a power forward with that level of athleticism. You see him game in and game out, getting transition buckets easily. So, and then you got Maxi Clyde with another throw-in guy to be in there just to help out in the boards in case you may need it down the line. But point being is that this is not a team that's like there's no like. Let's take a look at some other teams in the NBA here. Let's take a look at, like, for instance, let's take a look here at the Sixers. You got Embiid, you got Maxi's hurt right now, so that's not really a good example. He's hurt, you can't really see it. But like, for instance, you got Antetokounmpo and Lillard, a 98 overall, a 92. Portis Jr.'s hurt right now. He comes back he's like an 82, 83. You know, they're highly talented. You know, then you got of course you look at that. Look at that Mitchell, 94, Garland, 90, Mobley, 90, Allen, 88, coming off the bench. Like, these guys are stacked. But it just goes to show you that the talent is not enough. It's how you play. How do you integrate that talent and leverage it so it works together and plays off each other well so you can get good results? That's what basketball was all about. It's not about just throwing, a bunch of names out there and going and take it and run up the title. It's about getting everybody to know their role and commit to it, and then go out there and win basketball games. And that's what I try to highlight here. Hope you guys are enjoying that. And what you're seeing here has been pretty interesting. Hasn't exactly been as thrilling. It's not as thrilling as the Magic and Bird series, because that series had more thrills than you could shake a tail at. like Bird and Magic series, man. My goodness, what an adventure! But this has just been domination. This is just old-fashioned. We're better than what we have to put out there on the court is better than what you have. Can you stop it? And can you score on us? Again, let me go to the statistics here, team-wise, to showcase what I mean with the scoring. Like, team-wise, they are killing it. Like, look at this. Like, opponents, look at that. They're only giving up 94 points a game, man, here in the modern era. In the three-point shooting, there are all these people shooting threes, and yet they're only giving up 94 because, you know why? People are hitting the threes, but they're not getting the basket attempts, the layups, the dunks, to complement the three-point shot. That's what they're not getting. And then you got to factor in Chamberlain's blocking like, 7? When he was at full strength and healthy and fresh, Chamberlain was blocking like, 7 shots a game? So that's like 7 layups you're missing a game. So, and that's saying something. Look like they got the Spurs down here at 106, Mavericks 106. You got Derek Lively. You got let me take a look at their starting five. They got a pretty good front line. You got Gafford and Lively and Davis. That's a pretty formidable front line they can throw out there at you defensively. And then you come down here with the Spurs. Of course, you got Wembanyama. Yeah, but the way that this team here is built, again, is the rules are for these teams is when the draft is done, there's the superstar himself, and then the second best player can only be at 85 overall at the time of the draft. Every player thereafter must be at 80 or lower at the time of the draft. We all know as the season goes on with chemistry, training, players get better as the season goes on. But as you can see, that even in those changes, the changes are marginal from the draft period. Like he's only up by a point. George has been up by 2 points. Harrison Barnes is up by 2 points. Overall is up by 2. Everybody else this is not a super team by any stretch of the imagination. It's just Wilt Chamberlain and a bunch of guys who were selected to be around him, take around the title. Just a bunch of average guys who can do a certain set of skills and play off what I consider to be the most dominant force the game has ever seen. And it's playing out pretty excellent, I think. Offensively, they're not the number one offense in the league. They're far from that. Offensively, I think they're somewhere down. I think I passed them. I think I did pass them. Where are they? Offensively, they're number 7 offense in the league. But when you put that alongside the fact you're only giving them 94 points, your point differential per game is 21. It's ridiculous. Opponents are getting 89 shots a game against them. And your team is the best shooting team. That's because of Wilt and his high percentage shots that he gets every night. And you're making, let me see here. I think they make from the 3-point line. We make 11 threes a night on only 28 attempts. I think that's the lowest in the league, I think. No, it's 25 attempts. 25 attempts to make 10 a night. Because all the threes they get are always wide open. That's second only to that's the first in the league. Kings are number 2. And then you take a look at the number 1 team. The Hawks take 43s a night to make 14 a game, man. Yikes. Dude, that is nuts. And then they're not even shooting a good percentage of that. The Hawks, they are. The Hawks are shooting 36% on that 40 attempted. Yikes, man. Man. They open the playbook up some, please. I'm begging you. There are other ways to score beyond just jacking up threes for 48 minutes, man. They basically average a 3 per every minute and a per every freaking like a minute and a quarter or whatever. Think about it. If you're going by shots per minute, it's a 48-minute game. They're averaging 40 shots in a 48-minute game. That's like a 3-pointer every minute and some odd seconds. It's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. All those wasted shots that you just throw away. And then you're wondering why you're fighting for the number 1 spot in the East. You're barely making the playoffs, holding your position down. But I digress, guys. Just a little bit of stat tracking there for you guys who are interested. I know some may find that a little boring, but that is basketball. That's stat, play style and stats go hand in hand. How you play affects your stats. But with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and fast forward to the next game on the slate here. With 3 games left to go in the season, it'll be Team Chamberlain going on the road to Brooklyn for their final road game of the season to take on D'Angelo Russell, Cameron Thomas, and Nicholas Claxton, the 3 best players they have there to feature. They will try to stop what has been the juggernaut, Team Chamberlain. And before we go, let's take a quick look at Wilt's health before I sign off on this video here. Wilt Chamberlain is still seen as 1 to 2 weeks. It's looking like Wilt's got 1 to 2 weeks before he gets back. Yeah, he's got 1 to 2 weeks. Still nursing that injury. Playing through it. But the good thing of it is, since his minutes have gone down, and more in case his usage has gone down, you're starting to see him get more rested and getting ready for the playoff push. For the playoffs. So it's actually might be a good thing. You'd much rather have had this injury in the season than in the playoffs. Because I expect them to be playing against some tough team. Like, you're going to be going up against Nikola Jokic, Hartenstein, and their guy out there with the Chet Holmgren. To say nothing of potentially a matchup with Wembanyama again. Remember, the Spurs just beat them like a week ago to break the 46-game winning streak. So, but yeah, guys, that's the slate of it. So I will see you guys for that game coming up here shortly here on Rexington Strong Style Sports. Thanks for watching. Please give it a like if you enjoyed the content. I will see you next time.